The night summons us, my children! It is time to complete the Batman Vampire Trilogy. We have seen the Dark Knight get fangs, and then use those fangs to kill. But if he was killed off at the end of Bloodstorm, how is he coming back now? We begin with Batman still staked in his grave, describing what it is to be dead, to be conscious in darkness, awareness but immobility, thirsty for blood but unable to move. This is true damnation for the undead, to be trapped forever, conscious in the realm of the living, but never being able to do anything about it. It is horror, my children, constant suffering and the inability to escape from it. Unless, of course, your faithful butler, having nightmares of your damnation, decides to pull the stake free from your black heart. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You see, the Batman vampire story, as you could tell from last time and its new origin of Catwoman, does not take place in a world where all of Batman's villains had already arrived. No, while some like Poison Ivy and the Penguin are at large, ones like Two-Face are only now being born. But Two-Face is more of a crime lord. What about other monsters, Like someone who appreciates the more frightful fancies like Scarecrow. Or, of course, the more inhumanly appearance of Killer Croc, mutilating bodies that he feasts upon. In the wake of Alfred's nightmares, unconcerned from Commissioner Gordon over the new crime wave from supervillains, Alfred pulls the stake from Batman's corpse. But this is not the same man as before. It seems Batman would have been truly vanquished if they had cut off his head, but instead he has been driven slightly mad from his bloodlust, berating Alfred for what he has foolishly unleashed. However, things have gotten so bad that Alfred does not care, even offering his own blood if it will help. But Batman refuses temptation and transforms himself into the titular Crimson Mist, escaping into the night. But of course he still needs blood, and he already believes himself a monster, so he plays the role handed to him, attacking the Penguin and taking a good chunk out of his neck. He attacks the Penguin's entire organization, feasting on the blood of evildoers. One by one, they fall to the darkest night, forcing even the criminals to offer an alliance with Gordon in the hopes of ending the Batman. The good cop rejects that offer, but Batman was watching, wondering to himself if he let them live because he, too, secretly wants to die again. Indeed, even as Gordon finally caves in and joins forces with Two-Face and Killer Croc, laying out their plan, Batman pays one final visit to his librarian friend to ask if vampires can finally be put to rest, but even she is uncertain. The trap is sprung. Batman is eventually pierced by an arrow stake, but Two-Face is, well, two-faced and decides to off Gordon and Alfred when it appears Batman is finished. The two make a valiant stand, Gordon dealing with Two-Face's goons, while Alfred eventually finds the wounded Batman again, once more offering his blood so that the Commissioner can be saved. This time it is accepted, and Batman fights one last battle, not for redemption, but for his duty. But even as Two-Face and Croc are finally defeated, Batman's vampire instincts are too overpowering, and he screams for Gordon to either join him or kill him. And thus the final trap is set, the cave of the vampire Batman destroyed, and the beautiful sunlight rages down, killing the Batman once and for all. Also, the cave-in kills Gordon, so that kinda sucks for him. Batman Crimson Mist ends the trilogy well, my children. Batman was born in tragedy, and so he dies in it as well.